Yes, people, what's happening, people? Everyone, hope you're all doing well. And on this Tuesday day, you get me. Ramadan Mubarak to everyone celebrating right now, you know what I'm saying? Big up to everybody and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? To Ramadan Mubarak to everyone. But big up to Steve for coming on, mate, you know what I mean? Big up. I already see now the Blues are coming in, man. Love
Blues
hearts
are in
going
the
on.
chat. The
They're
Blues
in
are
the
in the chat.
man,
The
you know
top
what
of
I mean?
the
The noisy neighbours.
top of the league. Blues are in the chat, man. Bigging up the chat.
Man. You know what I'm saying? To big up everybody who's here. You know what I'm saying? To anyone who's disrespectful getting blocked straight away. You know what I mean? Big up the man, them. Ramadan Mubarak to everyone. 0161. You know what I mean? Big up Manchester, man. You know what I mean? Mancunian talk for you today. You know what I mean? Had to get Steve on, man. You know what I mean? But how you doing anyway, man? How's your day been, man?
My day's been busy, yeah. Been busy having a drive about. Done a few bits for Terrace Cult. Done a bit for the other work. Yeah, busy day. So yeah, it was good to just get home, get chilled out. Getting ready for the game tomorrow. A bit nervous and that. You know what I mean?
You know what it is, yeah? Lately, big up to Yan City as well, man. She's a big City fan as well. You know, representing Manny as well. You know what I'm saying to you?
Big up.
But yeah, man. You know what it is, yeah? The last couple of weeks, man, I've been like feeling you. You know, you're not becoming the same fire. Is it just the fact that you feel like something could be inevitable, or is it just how City do it? You do it the hard way. You know what I mean? See the Aguero moment. You do it the hard way. You know what I mean?
To be honest, it's hard to bring the fire every week when you're winning all the time, because there's nothing else that happens. I just come on, say the same thing. Don't get me wrong, we end up having the banter. We had Derby Day and all that. We've had flings with Grizz and that. So it's tough. No, it's. I've always said it with me. There's always that Pep Guardiola overthinking thing in my mind, where I think every genius manager has that in their system. Sometimes they always have one little flaw where you think, and you just know that it can creep in. But after last season with Leon, when everyone was like, "Oh, you'll just do Leon," and then it didn't happen, so it's always in the back of your mind. You know what I mean?
No, 100%, man, 100%. By the way, people, get the likes up as you tune into this video. Share the video across all your social platforms. Big up everybody who's tuning in right now. You know what it is, yeah, for me, yeah? Everyone knows Man City. You know what I mean? Like, when I always used to give you a banter on that, like, when I say nobody cares about City, maybe that's kind of your downfall, that, you know, you do things right, you do it pretty, you do it, you know what I mean, simple, you win games and whatnot, and it's almost like you're under the radar. As soon as you slip up, it's like everyone says, you know what, let's you know what I mean, let's get in there and let's give City stick, because it's almost as if you guys, you do it well, and then when you fall off, it's like, oh, City are crumbling it, even though you've won like 20 games in a row. It's like City are crumbling it.
I think that happens with all good teams, though. I remember United was the same. When United was winning everything, everyone just couldn't wait to. And it wasn't about what United had done for 20 games before. It was all about that game. So I think the way modern day football fans are, they're ready to kick you when you're down. So yeah, I mean, the way City. Listen, beginning of the season, the doubt was there. I told you before, Sky Sports did the poll, is Man City's title race over? I think it was like 94% said yeah. I even thought to myself, I even said on the Big Six, I said, if there's any team that can go on a run, then us and Liverpool can do it, yeah? And we did it. From that week, I said it, and Toby went, you won't go 14, and we went mad on a mad run. So, you know, we got to give credit to City where they are at the minute. We're in a great position, even though we lost at weekend. Nobody would rather be in any position other than ours at the minute.
Obviously, the title of the video is Man City slip up, but is there any chance? Is there something in your heart here that says you might just end up slipping? Because if you look at it, right, you've got this game, and who have you got on the weekend?
We've got the FA Cup. Got the FA Cup weekend. That's what I'm saying to you. Got Villa.
That's what I'm saying to you. So, listen, I'm not. For me, I know the title is gone here, but all the people that say, "Oh, there's any hope" or whatnot, 8 points. If we win that game in hand, you see the last time. I remember last time, mate, in 2011, that 2011-12 season, when we absolutely cocked it up at Everton, and then I think we lost to Wigan. I think 1-0, did we?
Yeah.
We lost to Wigan. Was it who scored? I think it was that guy from the Irish winger or Scottish winger. He scored. And then I thought, Maloney scored, and I thought, oh my days. Could you, hand in your heart, bias aside, yeah, could you think that ever would happen to Man City?
Now, do you know what, right? This is what I said. Do you remember early in the season when you were saying, oh, the title's done? And I said to you, look, if anything in football has taught you to fight to the end, it's the way we done it against you. Because if we'd have had that attitude, or any of them players that have had that attitude where, yeah, the title's done, we would never have won it. And like you say, you went to Newcastle, I think, and I think, I don't know if you lost at Newcastle or we had to go to Newcastle, and they were a good side that year. And I thought, I was so nervous, man, and we got the win, but and then we went to
that was a Yaya Toure moment. Yaya Toure moment, that one. You know what I mean?
We should have had the easy wrap up at QPR, but the typical City crept in, and then you could sense it in the crowd. The crowd then is the worst because the City fans know that if any team can cock it up, we'll cock it up. Not so much recently, but back them days when we'd never had a league title, a Premier League under our belt. So what we've done is we got over the line, but I think the mentality's changed now. I can't honestly see us slipping up. I can't. But like I said on the Big Six, it'd be funny to slip up a couple of times and win it by 1 point just to dangle the carrot.
That would kill me, man. That would absolutely kill me. Jan makes a good point there. City had, 8-point gap, but there was a 6-point derby game. Remember when Company scored, and then we went downhill from then. Is that going to happen? Listen, I know it's not going to happen, but something about this Jamie Ollie guy, and for me, everyone knows he's a shit manager, but somehow he's surviving, innit? I don't know how he's surviving.
You know what, though? Yeah. You know what, though? Is he a shit manager now, though? I know he's not the big name, and I know he's not the tactical genius, but look at what he's doing. Look at how he's turning games round from when you're getting beat 1-0s, and he's turned it to 2-1s. And the guy's second in the league, So with a 2 or 3 more additions.
When you look at it, though, and I'm not trying to say Liverpool's demise and all that, but if you, my point is not even that, My point is, if you can't win it when everyone's rubbish, when are you ever gonna win it? And my problem is getting them draws and all that and turning them to wins. You need to be a title. That mentality needs to be up there, Steve. We haven't got that. I think we're 5-10 years away from having that mentality of winning the Premier League. You know how you have that never die attitude. You have players that come out of you know what I mean? What would we call it again? You have that 20-game unbeaten run. Man United are far away from that, man. And that's why I'm saying that's the difference from here, the comfort zone, to saying, right, boom, let's go at Crystal Palace. That game against Crystal Palace where we sat back, the game against Arsenal where we sat back, go for it. And that's my problem. You can't have a mindset of losing. You know what I mean?
Are you not scared of it all starting again? If you get rid of Ole and you bring another guy in, and he brings in 10 different coaching staff, and he gets rid of 3 or 4 players, and he brings 3 or 4 new players in, and then they've got to gel, and then they don't quite gel, and then you don't win anything the first season, and then the second season it's a bit rocky, and then everyone's comparing him to Solskjaer, and then it just seems like it's going to keep going round and round again.
No, you know what? I hear that. But the thing for me is, why would you settle for any less? You know what I mean? Your issue was Pellegrini. I'll give you a perfect example of Pellegrini. Pellegrini did, but he won the title. Did he win the title twice or once?
He won the title once, yeah.
You know what I mean?
He won the title once in the League Cup.
League Cup as well.
In the League Cup, yeah.
So then what did Man City say? You know what? Nah, we'll keep Guardiola. I know he lost his Leicester, but that was a freak season. But you could have easily said, you know what? I'll keep Guardiola. I'll keep Pellegrini. But they never said that. They said, you know what? Let's go one up again. And that's the mentality. I think they wanted Pep, and the timing had come. So they did it respectful. They told Pellegrini, he agreed with it. He stepped aside. He had a deal. He was already had a contract, but he stepped aside, took his money. It's different at United though now. It's different. I mean, the pressure. Yeah.
City's had it good for the last 10 years, and the City fans are patient now, so they're willing to let things roll. Where United fans are getting a little bit impatient now. They want something now. They had them years where Fergie left, where they went, all right, Fergie's left now.
Yeah.
This is a transitional period. But then the transitional period's it's not getting any progression. It's just carrying on the transitional period. So I get where you're saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Who's gonna come in and instantly change that Man United team? I don't think there's anyone that can instantly do it. They're all going to need time.
And for me, I understand that, but let me just get the super chat here. Ahmed K, big up to the super chat. He goes, Pep makes you feel that City will inevitably crumble. He overcooks it too much. It easily costs him. Like Grizz said, if City don't win it, it's Champions League, it's failure. What do you reckon? What do you say to that one?
Yeah, but is it if we don't win the Champions League, yeah, they're going to class it as a failure. But what if we win the Premier League, the FA Cup, and the Carabao Cup? As a Man City fan, that ain't a failure. That's a great season. And I
From
tell
where
you
you've
what,
been, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Any other
Only
team,
I can say that.
You know what? Any other team in the whole of England that won the FA Cup, the Premier League, and the Carabao, they'd be going down in history and all that shit. But when apparently we don't win the Champions League, it's a failure. So it's all nonsense. Outside of Man City, that's nonsense. That's just other fans.
Yeah, you know what it is, for me? What it is for me, obviously I know more than anything, you know what I mean? My brother used to go to Main Road every day, and he used to, like, I mean, like, without no motivation at all, just for a day out and that. So I get where you're coming from. End of the day, I think Man City every day is a bonus. From where they were, let's be honest, Steve, from where you guys were, down in the Jundrum, you know what I mean? Let's talk mediocrity. And then all of a sudden, Sheikh Mansour comes in, and then what do you say that song, Sheikh Mansour, about the Mancini song? You know what I mean? The Ferrari song, what was it called again?
Sheikh Mansour went to Spain in the
there you go.
Sheikh Mansour went to Spain in Lamborghini. What's one? Pellegrini, that one was.
Yeah, that was a Pellegrini one.
Sheikh Mansour, you know we hit the jackpot, man.
That's what I'm saying to you. So when I look at it and I deep it, you know what I mean, banter aside, because you know what I mean, you're only gonna get this right now. You know what I mean? On the Big Six, I'm gonna give you banter. I'm gonna say City's a failure or whatnot. But when you deep it and you assess it, listen, my whole family's a City fan, apart from one of us. You know what I mean? And the reality is you haven't won anything. So to say you haven't won the Champions League is a failure and you're still winning them cups, it makes me think, bloody hell, what are we winning then? Because at the end of the day, you're taking all our trophies. We're about, I'd say we're about 10 years, 20 years from winning the Champions League. So where we are away from winning the Premier League, and that's my problem, mate. Just going to get this super chat from Gareth. Big up to Gareth for the super chat. He goes, Ollie needs a real number 2. He's afraid that if he puts a technical 2, he will be replaceable. With Carrick and the Jokers aboard, can't easily fire Ollie. You know, when you look at the Ollie and you look at the staff he's got around him, do you not think it's all too comfortable? These guys, you know what I mean? They're not gonna, you don't see them as a threat, do you? When you look at them guys, man, come on. When I see Guardiola 4-0 up, and they're having a conversation about, oh, look what he's doing there, and I see how they're so pissed off with certain things, and I look at our coaching staff, and they're happy to be there. Don't you just think that's a you know what I mean? It's a mad indictment of how far we've fallen, man. If you really deep it, bro.
Yeah, I do. But Solskjaer's always going to bring his own men in there. He's always going to bring his own guys, the guys he trusts, the ex-players. And I think what Solskjaer wanted to get around him, he wanted to bring that feel-good factor around him. And you look at the bench, and he probably got that. But I know what you're saying. In Man United in the past have been ruthless, and it's not all about smiling after the game. It's ruthless. Alex Ferguson never smiled after the game. He'd go in that dressing room, he'd say shit to death. But what I'm saying is the Man United club has changed a lot. It's changed a lot from, obviously, banter aside, it's changed a lot from what I've grown up watching, and it's changed a lot from what you've grown up watching. And that's why some of the decisions, for a Man City fan watching it from the outside, I'm laughing.
You must be laughing. That's what I'm saying.
Keep doing that, man. Keep doing that. But that's why sometimes I say to you, come on, Saeed, fucking hell, man. The Man United teams of the past, this guy shouldn't be playing for you. You shouldn't be accepting this performance from him. You're Man United. You've got to raise this bar all the time. But them Glazers, they're a massive problem there, man. Massive problem. And when you look over the road and see the owners we've got and what they're doing,
I know
what they're doing for the community,
what they've done in the training ground, mate. That complex, East Manchester.
I know, it's madness, mate. It's absolute madness.
What
you've seen all the football teams they bought all over the world now. Man City group, all the teams are buying. Did you see that Brazilian we just signed?
Who is he, by the way? Who is he?
Yeah, man, it's some Brazilian Fluminense, Kakai. He scored a goal the other night on his debut, beat half the team. Did you see that goal?
No, I didn't see. I need to see it now, you know.
We've done a deal with 2 Brazilian kids. We've signed them both, Kakai and Matinho. We've both been signed by City. They're both staying there for a year. Then one of them's going on loan to Toulouse because we bought Toulouse. And then one of them's coming. With Toulouse, we own Toulouse now. The football team.
No, man.
We've got New York, Girona, Toulouse. Yeah,
I know Girona.
Yeah, we've got Girona, got Toulouse. We've got Mumbai City in India. We've got Melbourne. We've got Melbourne City. We've got FC Torquay in Uruguay. We've got Yokohama Marinos in Japan. So we've got a team on every continent now. We've got Lommel in Belgium, second division. Lommel, we bought them, and we bought I think we bought. We're buying another French team, Nims, I think.
Miami as well. The Miami one as well. Miami, or is it New York?
New York. But the thing is, it's a global thing what they're doing, and it's incredible to be a City fan over there now. I mean, like you say, people think, oh, Man City, they got no fans, they got no history, they got this. They haven't even.
Yeah, you still have no fans.
They don't even have a clue, mate. They haven't got a clue, mate. They haven't got a clue. You know the score. You know yourself. If your brother's going to Main Road, he's going to Main Road to watch Man City play Grimsby Town in some dusty shield. 30,000 there, man. Because we were dreaming of it.
To be fair, it was.
We were dreaming. We were dreaming of one day. One day we were dreaming, man, that one day we could compete, yeah, and we never could. We got Faxin Shinawatra, who had no dough, and he was burying elephants under the pitch and putting fucking Sven-Goran Eriksson in charge. We were buying Giovanni and Rolando Bianchi and players like that, and we wasn't good enough.
I missed them days.
They were good for you, but they were mad for me, you know what I mean? But what I'm saying now is it's different gravy now. The whole mentality of Man City, once Mancini broke that duck for that Premier League, everything changed for us then.
Absolutely, man. Josia says, big up, Steve. Check you chilling, just being nice. What's going on? Where's the big 6 fire? Listen, you can come any minute, man. Don't worry, man. You know what I'm saying to you? You can come any minute, Steve. You know what I mean? Today we're just having a chill one. Because for me, like, I'm a real one, innit? You feel me? If I'm not happy where my club is here, I can't really give ban. On a derby day, listen, I'm coming for all the smoke, mate. You know what I mean? I'm coming for Steve's neck, yeah. But right now, you know what I mean? I can see Steve's a bit nervous. Dortmund's tomorrow. You know, I'm trying to go easy on Steve here. You know what I mean? He's rocking the Dortmund colours already. You know, show the Dortmund colours, man.
I'm nervous, man. I'm nervous. It's just Pep, man. I love him to death, and he's unbelievable. But he's just got that something in him where, you know, he's flawed sometimes, and I don't know, madman. I just got to see, mate. I'm nervous for it, man.
I think for me, some Anna says, big up Anna's one of the best mods on here. He goes, they'll beat Dortmund. The thing is, the key is a first goal. If that first goal goes to Dortmund, it's game on, mate. But the problem is, though, that they're looking shaky, man. When I look at sometimes they play Emre Can and Hummels, for me, is past his best. When I see, you know what I mean, what's it called? The fact that Sancho's not playing and they haven't got that creativity. City have to win it. But the problem is they're better away from home. At home, you can see the results can happen against the likes of Leeds. That was a freak result for me. Absolute freak result. But it can happen. So that's why I'm thinking, someone say their Dortmund's defense is poor. But then again, on a day, if Haaland can turn up, bro, you never know, man. This Champions League is crazy.
Yeah. I went to Dortmund, in the yellow wall with my City shirt on, and never got touched. They were all over me. They were sticking stickers on my head. They were giving me beers. They were loving me, mate. They love English guys. That Dortmund Stadium, when it's rocking, is unbelievable.
On the wall, were you at the wall? Were you at the wall?
I was in the wall, mate. We had City shirts on, and they let us in. They didn't even care, man. We were just in there with them. They just didn't care, man. They were with them all day in the town. There was no trouble. It was a great place. Just a mad football place, man. Mad football place at Dortmund. Crazy, man.
How do you see the game going? Because obviously you said you're nervous and whatnot, you know what I mean? But it's a big game, bro. When you look at it, Man City lose this year. Are you going to be... I'm not saying obviously you'll be buzzing if you win the title or whatnot, but when you see the likes of Bayern Munich not at their best, PSG, obviously they're not, you know what I mean, they're not fully functioning in terms of, you know, they're missing a few players. It's not like, you know, they've conquered Europe, you know, they've got something over them. When you look at the likes of only Chelsea coming through, Liverpool are going there, Real Madrid are not the old, there's no Barcelona in there. This is the only time where you think, you know what, if you can't win it now,
you should have won it last year, mate. Leon, we'd have done Bayern Munich last year, us, no problem. But we should have beat Leon, and we pissed and asked about. But I've said it on the Big Six. There's no excuses from me. We've got a fully fit squad. We're on fire. We're on form. We're in every single cup competition. There's no excuses for Pep Guardiola not to beat Borussia Dortmund tomorrow, and there's no excuses for him not to get to that semi-final. We've got to do it. It's got to be 100%.
You think so? Yeah.
Got to do it.
For me, that's the thing. You know what I mean? How Man City are going to cope, though. And obviously, you got Haaland to deal with, you know what I mean? The player that you might be signing this summer. You know, he's a for me a kind of a danger man on his own, mate. You know what I mean? Haaland for me, top
Unreal.
talent, man. Absolutely.
Unbelievable.
For me, that's your missing piece, though. Haaland is your missing piece. I don't know why Man City are not after him. He's not saying what's it called? What's that? Sorry.
What you've got to remember with City is they don't let anything slip. Who they're after, it just all of a sudden, bang, Diaz signed, bang, Bernardo Silva signed. So don't expect anyone to be, you know, don't be surprised if the Haaland deal doesn't just come through.
Obviously, we're going to predict the game tomorrow. I'm going to help you pick the team. You know what I'm saying? Not often do you get Man City lineup on here, but I'm gonna. Obviously, there's a lot of Man City fans in here, so I want to get your view on the lineup tomorrow. Who should start against Dortmund? Your team to start against Dortmund. Let me make that screen bigger for the people so they can see. You know what I mean? Can you see that, by the way? Yeah. Can everyone see that? Let me know.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
Right. Who you having that? Obviously, you know what I mean. Henderson.
Are you changing the formation, or are you changing the formation?
Well, yeah, I can change it if you want. Yeah. What formation do you want?
I'd go 4-3-3, me.
4-3-3. Everyone happy with that? You know what I mean? Yeah, man, I'm back with that website again. This website needs to sponsor me still. I'm giving them free promo here. Right back. Big one here. Do you get the experience in Kyle Walker? What are you thinking?
Yeah, Kyle Walker play right back.
Yep, Kyle Walker. Okay. 2 in centre-backs now. This is where Man City can't mess about here. You know what I mean? No messing around here. Diaz and Stones, right?
I'm going to play Diaz and Laporte.
Oh, why is that?
I've just got a bit of a better feeling about Laporte in the Champions League. I just think he's a little bit better than Stones when it comes to the way Dortmund are going to play. I think I've seen Stones get knocked off the ball off Firmino.
I know, man.
I'm worrying about him a little bit. So
the game against what's it called, Leeds, he looked a bit shaky, man. He looked a bit like he's trying to force things out. I just looked at him and I thought, and then he couldn't get back at the end. You know what I mean? I don't know. And obviously the England mistake.
Laporte coming out from the back with the left foot, he can carry it and he can ping it. He can ping it and dink it into the spaces. So yeah, I'm going with that. And then left back, I'm probably going to play. I know this is a surprise, but I would play Zinchenko.
Why is that?
I'm just playing Zinchenko because I think he's steady at left back. I don't want him to go gung-ho forward and get caught on the counter-attack. So I just play Zinchenko steady. We've always got Cancelo to change it either side if we need to.
Yeah, you got over side, you get me. Big up everybody tuning in right now. Nearly 500 people watching. Get the likes up, people. Get the likes up. Big up everybody. Everyone saying no Cancelo. Everyone's shocked. No Cancelo.
No. There's a reason for it. I'm steady. We don't need to go gung-ho. We're winning. So don't worry about it.
And he's one of them, you know what I mean? He has these odd performances. Man City game, the Manchester derby, you know what I mean, was a bit rocky there, you know what I mean? So maybe. Obviously, we'll get to that as well right now. What's happening with Sterling at the minute? Did you see his interview with Rio Ferdinand, by the way?
I haven't seen it, no.
Yeah, it's an interview with Rio Ferdinand. Are you going with 2 holding or just like one like that? Or do you want
just go 1 holding me. I put Rodri in there.
Rodri. It's quieting down a little bit. Is he out of form or is he quiet man anyway? Is he always quiet like
that? No, he's just chilling in it there. I think he'll do a good job in the Champions League.
Yeah.
I'd play the 2 midfielders in front of Rodri. I'd play Gundogan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bernardo Silva. Yeah.
Ooh. And then what's happening here?
I'm gonna play Mahrez.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play Jesus on the left.
What?
Listen to me.
No wonder you're going out the Champions League. Look at this. You're playing like Pepe,
And Kevin De Bruyne in the false 9 there.
Oh, Kevin De Bruyne in the false 9. I had a feeling you'd do something. Why Jesus on the left for you? I
think next season, because he plays on the wing for Brazil, I think he's better coming off the wing. And plus, with that false 9, De Bruyne can fly out there if he needs to. Jesus can come into the middle. Mahrez can go out there. De Bruyne can go right. I just think that front three just gives flexibility to do anything.
What about Foden? No Foden in there, no.
No, not yet. This is what I'm saying. Look at the team there now, yeah? And then look at the bench. You've got Foden, Cancelo, Sterling. You know what I mean? Look at the options you've got. In this game, we don't want to show all our powder too early, because we might be a situation where we need to change it drastically. So I would go with that and then see how we get on. And then if we need to change it, we've got the options on the bench.
Yeah. I'm from Ethiopia, bro. Can I be a mod? Put your mod now. Big up for the super chat, as always. Yes, that's gonna be for me how they're gonna line up, you know what I mean, and whatnot. But that's a tricky game, man. You know, when you look at it, right, that for me is a tricky game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's tough. That's what I would do, and that's just me. But that's why I just wouldn't keep me. I wouldn't just show them everything we've got first. I'd leave the bench fresh, man. Aguero on the bench, Sterling, Cancelo, you know what I mean? Torres, the bench is good, man.
Would it be mad that could see Pep going the same way? Foden doesn't do enough defensively for Pep. Is that all it is? Just defensively and the way Man City need to be compact, you know what I mean? I remember when you did that Lyon thing and you played, what did you play, 3 at the back or something like that?
Yeah, he's trying to be smart. They don't need to. If you just go there with that team, you've got Rodri in the midfield holding, so he's covering. You've got Gundogan and Bernardo for the energy in the midfield, so they're going to be busy. You know what I mean? You've got Kevin De Bruyne in the false 9, but he can drop into midfield. He can go out wide. He can go to the left. He can go to the right. I just think it bamboozles Dortmund's plans if you play that, because they don't know who's playing where. You know what I mean? And that's what I would do.
No, 100%, absolutely, man. You know what I mean? I think for me, I think City just have to play their game. I think there's a lot of things of how Dortmund can play, but City play their game and just absolutely bamboozle them, mate. I think for me, it could be curtains for Dortmund, and you can win the game in the first half. But the problem is, can City do that? And can City have that? Because there's always something in this European competition, man, that you somehow, you know what I mean, the opposition find a way, and you know what it's like in the Champions League. That's why I think the PSG Dortmund Bayern Munich game's not foregone. I think that's still a tricky game. I still think Bayern Munich have a say in that, you know. So it's going to be a tricky game, man. You know what I mean? And obviously Haaland this summer. What's your feeling on Haaland at the minute? You know what I mean? Obviously you said you got the number of his dad or whatnot, but what's your feeling of Haaland at the minute?
I don't know. I think obviously there's a lot being made in the media of it. The pictures of him coming out in the 2014 Cup final with his City shirt on at Wembley with his dad.
Yeah, I've seen that.
He's obviously got a soft spot for City. So with Aguero leaving, we're obviously in the market. And I think City needs to get him round the table with a number 10 shirt and say, look, Aguero's going, mate. Put your name on the back of that and let's have it. This could be you. You've got to sell it him. And to be honest, City are pretty good at selling it to these players. They can sell it to his dad about him coming to Manchester City. All the players that come here, a lot of them are here for 9-10 years. It's a nice place to work. There's no drama. There's no managers chopping and changing. It's nice and settled for him. If I'm a City director, that's the angle I'm going down. I'm getting his dad sat down. I'm not trying to sell him bullshit. I'm going to just tell him facts. And if he walks away and he chooses someone else, he chooses someone else. But look, the kid's got the world at his feet. He can choose whoever he wants. You know what I mean?
The price tags are the difference, though. Apparently, he's asking for $1 million a week. I don't mind City, you know what I mean, could pay that, but that would be absolutely criminal. Without obviously fair play, there's not going to be no fair play rules and whatnot, and they're relaxing. But imagine that, though. $1 million a week. Could you ever see Man City forking out that money? £1 million.
It won't happen. It won't happen. It doesn't matter what he wants. And I know why his agent is flying into all these countries and lording him about and hurrying him around to clubs.
Money man.
They're trying to get the auction going. But some club will fall for that. Some club will fall for that and they'll pay that money. And you know what? He'll probably take the club to the next level. But if Man City did it, we'd be ripped apart. We're ruining football, you know, all that usual nonsense, innit? But you know,
absolutely, man.
I just think we've got a great chance of getting him. But I think United with the Ole connection, if Ole Solskjaer signs a deal at United and then they get his dad round the table and they can say,
but he's rejected us once, apparently. He's already rejected us.
But I think at the time, he might have been a bit too young. You know, now he's gone to Dortmund and he's smashing him in. He's probably confident in his own ability now. Whereas if he'd have gone straight to Man United, not scored in 5 games, everyone had got on his case. You know what I mean?
Haaland to
So
City, Kane to United, Spurs go down, and Aguero to Arsenal. Zayn Biassi. Big up to Zayn Biassi. You are very, very, you know what I mean? You're optimistic there, but imagine that though. Aguero going to Arsenal. Would you be happy with that? Or are you like, nah, man, don't go Premier League and the next week, you know, it goes and scores against us?
you know what? Listen, he's a legend. He can do what he wants. He's earned the free pass. As long as he don't sign for Man United, which he never is, then that's it. Anyone else,
But
then I
Tevez
think
did,
City
though.
fans.
Tevez did. Remember
I know,
Tevez?
but you disrespected him, so he came over for some love
Nah,
over the
man,
good
this guy
side,
was
didn't
him and his agent were messing us around, man. At the end of the day, man, for me at that time, listen, I was bigging up Alex Ferguson. Anyone who stepped aside Alex Ferguson, mate, we was like, get him out, man, get him out. This is
Yeah,
the
man.
this is the Godfather
Listen,
here.
we needed
This is
him.
the
We
Don
needed
Dada
him.
of Man United.
We needed him at the time. It was a great signing for us. It irked a few on the red side, which was always good. The billboard in
Remember that
Manchester
banner?
pissed everyone off.
Man, that
And
for me.
you know what I mean? And that's when we needed to be noticed, though, because them sheiks needed to start doing stuff to get noticed, and we did. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Obviously, Peter Schmeichel as well. He was a knobhead, you know what I mean? For me, he's for me changed my tune. That's why I've always, for me, Van der Sar all day long, mate, instead of Peter Schmeichel. I know Peter Schmeichel did anything for the 99 and whatnot, but to move over to the other side, man, that was for me absolutely crazy, man. You know what I mean? But it
Yeah,
is what it is.
I was shocked by that. I mean, we signed. I think we just got promoted on the last day of the season to the Premier League. And in the interview after the game, I think Kevin Keegan turned around and said he'd just signed Schmeichel for next season. Andy Cole, someone's mentioned Andy Cole.
Andy Cole. The one with Andy Cole, though, it was a bit of a one where, I don't know, he was a fan favourite in it, he thought, man. I kind
The
of let
thing
that
is
one
with
slip.
Schmeichel, what he did, yeah, this is what gets me about Schmeichel, yeah. He came to City, and in the derby when we scored and when we beat you at Main Road, he was dancing about in the. You remember dancing around in front of the North Stand, putting his fingers up and laughing and all that. And then when he left City, because he knew he had people at Man United, he was going to go back there for speaking after dinner speeches and that. He started saying, "Oh, I hated it at City," but people ain't fucking stupid. Anyone in that Man United end, right behind that goal, seen what he did. I'm saying if Joe Hart had done that to me or Edison in the future, I'd never forgive him. So you're right, yeah, Schmeichel's a dog what he did there.
Dog, man, absolute dog, man. Someone say there, make a combined 11. We're going to do that for maybe next week. We'll do that like a special show. You know what I mean? Combined 11. Maybe we'll get Jan City. I know she's in there right now. You know, maybe we can get Jan City there. I'll bring in Flawless and we'll do a combined 11. Someone said there, Football 997. I only like Saeed from Mind You People. Big up to Football 997, man. You know what I'm saying to you? But yeah, man, it's an interesting couple of weeks now. This isn't what you call squeaky bum time at the end of the season now. Man City win Dortmund, and then you got Chelsea the weekend. It's crazy how things just change, you know. You go out this one and you go out Chelsea. For me, that is gonna be wow.
Yeah,
that would be crazy.
You've always got that when you're in every single competition. When you start getting to the business end of them competitions, there's always that fear where it could be like a domino effect. You could just go bump, 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 and you're out of 3 competitions. It's just the way it is. But look, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. I've got to be confident. I've got to be positive towards my team. So I'm just going to say, look, let's take every day as it comes. That's what we do at City. We take every game as it comes, and that's what Pep says all the time. Don't think too far ahead. Take it as it comes. And look, you've got to trust the manager, man. You've got to trust him, man.
Absolutely, man. Zayn Miasa here with a super chat. Big up to Zayn Miasa. He goes, Saeed is no loyalty. It's all about money. Don't be naive. Who do you think Ollie is paying it safe? United wants to keep his job. Ashley Cole went for the money to Chelsea. I think Ashley Cole wanted a new challenge. I know, there's a lot of people saying all that, but, you know what I mean? He went for a challenge, mate. You know what I mean? Imagine you had the likes of, you know, Mourinho still there, mate. You'd want to go, wouldn't you? You know what I mean? Mourinho go in there. But I still think there is no loyalty in football. Why would you when the money's there, though? You know what I mean? If you're getting money, nowadays, football's not the same as it was back in the day. You know what I mean?
Do you know what, though, right? Kevin De Bruyne's just signed a new contract for City, yeah? And he's just done it without an agent, yeah? He did all the negotiations himself. He sat around the table with no agent and he signed the deal himself. That's the way football should go. You don't need an agent. Get the player around the table. Get him to sign it. Get him to do negotiation himself. I've got more respect for Kevin De Bruyne turning up on his own, getting the deal done, signing the deal what he wanted with no agent fees. Man City didn't pay an agent fee in that deal. So, you know, I think that's the future of football. I think you're going to get big players who'll say, a lot of them get the dads involved because the dad can get 20 mil here and there. But I think if you can get a player self-representation to go into a club, sign his own contract, I think that's good for football. If you're young, you need an agent because you're going to get twisted up. But if you're of a Ronaldo, a Messi, or a Ibrahimovic kind of level where you're at the end of your career, do your own deals. You know what I mean? That's what I'd do.
Absolutely, man. Lambs React. Big up to Lambs React. You know what I mean? Big up to her. Go make sure you go subscribe to her channel. She goes, the thing is, Man United have the money. It's just a poor board. They wish they would run like City. My thing is, I'm not gonna lie to you, Steve. You know what I mean? I don't like the way City have come in and they've done it. You know what I mean? Put the money out and whatnot. On your side, it's the best thing you've ever seen. You know what I mean? My thing is, I wouldn't want to be like City, but I would like to be their board in terms of how their structure is. They came.
Thing is, though, Saeed, what you got to remember is,
you got to give credit to Kandor Mubarak, you know, because he's the one that's kind of glued all it together.
Yeah. If you look have you seen the guy and all the honours and all the things he's achieved and the degrees and that? The guy's a clever guy. When you hear Mubarak speak, even though he's a City chairman, you just listen to the guy because he talks sense, yeah. But what I'm saying is, what a lot of people got to realise is, when the Sheikhs took over Man City, we were probably an 8 to 12 team in the Premier League. That's where we was consistently and bouncing around. We was nowhere near anything. So if you go now, say someone like, I don't know, look who's 8 to 12 in the Premier League, for example, someone.
Arsenal.
Right, but obviously not Arsenal because they're not a bad team. Someone like, who else is there down there? Can't even think of the table. Someone like Brighton, Brighton,
But they're bottom. I know what you mean, though. But go on.
Right, so if an Arab's bought Brighton now, how much money do you think, them Arabs would have to spend to make Brighton into a top 4 team? Big dough,
big dough,
And then that's what happened with us. They came in and they got a team that was not winning anything, and they said, right, we need to get us up to a level. But listen. For the first 2 years, we got raped in the transfer market. We got twisted up and played.
Yeah.
We were paying over the odds for Wainbridge, Robinho, Lescott, Bellamy,
Joe,
Rocky Santa Cruz, Joe. We got stitched up because we were this sugar toy, But then once the owners splashed all that dough, don't forget of all the clubs that we paid the money to got rich, because Everton got 25 million for Lescott, so then they spent that. So we helped a lot of clubs out. And what happened then is, once we got to a level where people thought, hold on a minute, these owners are serious, and they're not going away here, then they started to change the mentality, and then the whole club changed. So it wasn't, we don't throw reckless money around now and pay reckless wages. It's all structured. You look at the players they buy in 10 years now. It's different. So
that's why you changed it, though. When them two guys came, that's when you changed it. Them two guys.
When people say, oh, Man City, anyone can do it with money. It's bullshit. It's not about money. You live in Manchester like me, and you've seen what they're doing in the community, in the training ground, around the area. It's all a big master plan to take over. And before all these clubs know it, they'll come to the Etihad and they'll go, wow, when did this happen? You know what I mean? It's all been happening under your nose. It's just that they go about the business. Them Arabs are the craziest businessmen in the world, man. They own half the world, I'm telling you.
And that's why I say, for me, when Berixton and the other guy Soriano came in, that's for me when they changed the game, because then they weren't buying for no reason. They were buying in terms of key signings. Like when you look at it now, Sterling was only 50 million. I know there's an inflated price right now. You know, Kevin De Bruyne was 54 million. That, for me, when you look at that now, that's a bargain, mate. You can't get the Kevin De Bruyne in that market now would be about 200 million easy. You know what I mean? So that's what.
You look at all the players that they bought, there's not many now that you'd take a loss on. You'd always get that money back, because in today's market, it's gone crazy, man. It's gone crazy. And like you say, it's just one of them things. And a lot of people are quick to criticise, but 99% of football fans would swap their owners for ours. But the only thing they can call Man City for, and the only thing it boils down to jealousy, because they would have our owners, they'd have our manager, they would have our stadium, they would have our players. So at the end of the day, they've got nothing else to say. So all they can say
obviously more so now that you know what I mean, we're crumbling now. And that's, for me, obviously when you see me come out, mate, it'll be more coming out of, you know what, man, we're shit in it, and I have to have this coping mechanism. You know what I mean? I'll have to fight back. I'm not just gonna let City come over here and just crawl over us. Like, we'll have these little days of when I came to the Etihad and we won 2-1 against all the odds. You know what I mean?
Do you understand from my point of view how that looks from me?
I understand.
Because
Absolutely understand.
I've grown up with you lot proper ridiculing us, yeah. So for you to say that to me, it's a bit inside. It makes me feel a bit good because I think how the tables have turned. Because years ago you wouldn't have pissed on us if it was on fire. Now one of your best moments is winning at the Etihad. So it's switched up totally. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to say.
You didn't have to say that. You didn't have to say that, man. You didn't have to say that. You know what I'm saying?
It's flipped it. But what I'm saying is, we United, they're a victim of their own success because they had it so good for so long. Yeah, that is really hard to maintain. What the good thing with the City fans is, our level of expectation, what we expect from the club, wasn't there. So we can give a manager 5-6 seasons because we've done that for 30 years. You can't, because you're used to winning. So you need that success. Your fan base.
You know what the problem is, though? Shall I tell you what the difference is? I still think Man United have spent, I'm not going to kid ourselves. Under Mourinho, we spent under 400 million. Already with Oli, we spent 300 million. The problem is, it's not the spending, it's how we spent it. And Woodward and these guys, Richard Arnold and Joe Glazer and Matt Judge, these guys are bankers. They're all from the same university. They're all pals. They don't know anything about the football club. All they know is how to make money. And they do it well. Let's not kid ourselves. They do it well in terms of the shirt sponsors, all this and that. You know what I mean? You look at the Russian airline, you know what I mean? You're looking at that, what's that, parcel company. They do it all well. But the problem is, on the football pitch, you need to do it as well. You need to replicate it on the football pitch. And that's been my problem. We've spent money, but we've not spent it right. And what they've done is they've spent it through the football club's gain. So what they took is they took 1 billion out of the football club and said that's our money, when in reality, that was the club's money. That's what all the club was doing. And that's what that's why, for me, we're not where we are, man. And that's the problem. We're not going to get anywhere.
Man United were that successful and they won everything. They globally, they were absolutely massive. So there's probably 10 generations of kids all came through Man United. Their kids are now Man United. But what I'm saying is, that's why them shirt sales and all that every year, it's great because they're a massive infrastructure. But what I'm saying is, they're not football men at the top. City brought in the two guys from Barcelona who were football players, football men. They target who they want. They wanted Pep Guardiola. They gave him the tools to work. Pep said it. He went, there's no pressure on me. He said, if I lose, they get me down and they say, right, we lost. How do we put it right? How do we put it right? Well, we could do with this. Right. And they put the targets down. And then, he's openly said he wanted certain players. And the board have said, no, we're not paying that wages. And listen, at the minute, it's run right. But United, you've got a long road ahead with them guys there, and don't get me wrong, they slag City a lot of people, but as soon as United were mentioned that them Arabs were taking them, the Qataris and that, mate, everyone was praying in the streets in Manchester. Praying in the streets.
I was, mate, but the problem is, no one's going to cough up 5 billion, mate. 5 billion on top of, the depth that we've got. That's the problem. I still believe, like, say now if I do the Glazer protest in the summer and I organise it or whatnot, my message won't be in terms of, Glazers out or whatnot. They're not going to physically leave the football club because at the end of the day, you have to buy them. My thing is, we have to put pressure on them to spend right and get this team competing. Because at the end of the day, we can be second, but without
Do you know what I'd go for? Do you know what I'd go for if you was a United fan? Them protests, right? They're not going to happen because the fan base is divided. You're going to get the ones that go and the ones that don't. What I'd be going for, I'd be saying to Man United, I'd get a proper structured letter together and I'd be saying, we want fan representation on the board. We want a fan who's been voted on by the fans on the board. So we got
the must, haven't we? We got the must, haven't we? The must. The Man United supporters.
But it's not doing anything. You need someone with clarity who can say, right, what's your concerns? This, right? We've got a board meeting. He's going to bring it up. Then after the board meeting, he does the minutes of the meeting and he says, look, I've asked a question. They've said this, and this. Then the whole fan base all of a sudden simmers down because they're getting answers to the questions. At the minute, they're not getting no answers. They're just getting, the Americans are miles away doing whatever they're doing over there with American football, while this club, they're putting Ollie up in front of everyone, smiling as a puppet. They're putting the right players in, thinking that Fletcher and Carrick are going to smooth over the cracks and the United fans are going to just take that. And at the end of the day, It's not. And it's mad. I just don't know how it's going to end for you guys over there.
Yeah, man. Anna says here, there's already been letters sent, but the Glades haven't replied. For me, I just believe, if you could get 3,000-4,000 outside Old Trafford, mate, it can bring some kind of exposure. But the problem is, like you said, man, the fan base are not united. It's like there's gatekeepers that are saying, you know what, we're from Salford, we know the club, we know it well. And then you've obviously got social media fans who, they're the ones who are tirelessly saying everything and putting it out there on a social media platform that other guys can't use. I don't know. I don't know if you know some guy called Tony, but I had a chat with Tony, and he's one of the biggest United fans there is. And he said to me, but your social media fans don't know anything. They don't know anything. They won't be able to do anything. It's all talk. Yeah. It's all talk. And so, in somewhat degree, when I look at it back, I think, but if you can't do the first steps right now, when are you ever going to get these steps done? And that's my problem.
There's a lot of sheep. There's a lot of sheep on these social media platforms, right? That can do a lot of damage, sat behind a screen, not really knowing what's going on, but following someone's opinion. If you're in and around Manchester, there's no disrespect to foreign fans, right? If you support the club, 100% get it. But what I'm saying is, unless you're day to day in the city, you're living and breathing Man United, you're reading the local paper from the local guys that are in the club, you're seeing the local people that know people in the club. Unless you're around that local area, it's different. It's a part of you because you're there, you're breathing it every single day. That's not saying you're a different Man United fan because you're abroad, you're not the same. But what I'm saying, when it comes to protests, when it comes to the demonstrations, it's got to be the local guys that rise up because they're the core of the club that are there week in, week out, and they're the ones that are on the doorstep that can cause the most trouble. No one's getting a plane from Ireland, Norway, Sweden, Cambodia to do a protest at Old Trafford. They'll rather just type it up on the internet. It's the real geezers around the ground that can do the revolution, like yourself.
I hope so. I think this summer, I'll try my best, man. Especially if there's no action, if we don't sign a minimum of 3 transfers and it's not in the right areas, I'm gonna try my best. But the problem is, who's gonna be with me? Last time I went to it, Steve, I think 2 summers ago. It was maybe last summer. I think it was 30 people came, mate. 30 people.
I know, and we laughed our bollocks off at that, mate, because we had Peter Swales ruining our club, mate. There was like
I was on the Sports Bible, mate.
You know 6,000-7,000 outside there after the game, writing and that, mate, and trying to get in the dugout and getting him out and that. And we got him out in the end, and we got Franny Lee, and he was worse.
You know what I mean? And the worst thing about it ended up being on the Sports Bible. You know what I mean?
Man.
Because I made a video and put it on Twitter. But Steve, man, give me a prediction for tomorrow, man. Dortmund. What are you thinking? What does your heart say?
I'm saying Manchester City 2, Borussia Dortmund 1.
Jeez. Are you going 1-0 up, 2-0 up, or it's going to be 1-1 then 2-1?
I'm going to say we go 1-0 up really, really early. Then it goes to 1-1, and then we win it late.
Yeah, man. People in the comments, let me know. Charlie Everett, he says 2-1. Dortmund will go through. Let me know, City fans in the comments, or United fans, you know what I mean? Whichever, man, you know what I mean? Hopefully City go out. That's my kind of thing. You know what I mean? 2-1 City, 2-0 Dortmund, 2-1 City. Jan, is she going to come in here? Or Lamb's here with the super chat. Thanks a lot, Lamb, for the super chat. Going to watch my team to get semi-final, inshallah. But like this amazing stream, big up Steve and Saeed. Yo, big up Lambs. Make sure you go check out our channel, man. Lambs.
Listen, people need to realise, that me and Saeed, he's United, I'm City. But it's all good, man. And all the United fans, this is a real Man United fan, man. He's passionate about his team. He's the only one out there that's doing something about these Glazers, and he's trying to organise something. So instead of taking a piss, and instead of people hiding behind your keyboard, if you're proper Man United and you're proper into the club and you want to make change, back people like him, because he's the one that has actually got the bollocks to come on here and say what he feels. Don't take the piss, because if you're not doing it yourself, don't take the mickey out of anyone else. But
yeah, man.
Oh, so I'm going to say it all along, man. You just be you.
Just be you, man.
Just be you, man.
That's it, man. Big up to everybody, man. You know what I'm saying? To big up Jan City as well.
Spider-Man mask, and I'll come on it with you. If anyone sees me on the United match, I'll get done in.
Big up to you, man. Big up to you, Steve, man. Let them know where they can find you everywhere, man. You know what I mean? Let them know your clubber and everything, man.
Listen, you can find us at Big Steve MCFC on Instagram, and then we've got Big Steve MCFC on YouTube. Get me to 1,000 subscribers, and we're going to do our first video. And don't forget, Ollie at the wheel. Ollie at the wheel.
Listen, I knew it was coming. You prick. Guys, I'm going to go see, man. Iftar is going to be happening in about 10, 15 minutes. You know what I mean? Big up everybody who's fasting today and whatnot. Ramadan. Have you ever thought about fasting one day? You're going to try it one day? Yeah.
Do you know what? I've got a lot of Muslim friends and that, and I spoke about that, you know, and it's something I'd like to try and do.
Yeah, man, try it, man. One day. You know what I mean? Just go for it, man. You know what I mean? We'll get you on that channel, man. One day, you know what I mean? I'll let you know all the details.
You organise that for me, yeah, and we'll do a blog about it, yeah. And I'll you tell me what to do, and I'll come down and we'll do it, and I'll try it 100%.
Yeah, man. On the next live show, you know what I mean? You'll be fasting, and then next week, you know, let me know how it's been and whatnot, and you know what I mean?
I'll do it.
I'll let you know all the details. You know what I'm saying? So big
let
up,
me know,
Steve,
and
man.
I'll do it. Tell me when to start, and I'll do it 100%.
All right, man. Big up, man. Big up, man. Guys, in the comments below, let me know if you've liked the video. Get likes up, people. Let's get to 300 likes and whatnot. Hopefully, it's going to be a good game tonight. Bayern Munich versus PSG. Where you going for that one, by the way? Prediction, what are you going for?
I think PSG are going to get through me.
Yeah, I think so as well. And that's a tough game next one for you, man. You know what I mean? PSG with their firepower. I know they got a dodgy defense, but that firepower, whoever wins it against PSG versus Man City deserves to go through and win the whole thing, man. But guys, like the video, subscribe to Saeed TV. We'll be back tomorrow for real talk with me, Flawless, and Musa. You know what I mean? Going through the preview for the game against Granada. Yeah, Europa League, but it is what it is, people. Guys, like the video, subscribe to Saeed TV, and we're out, people.